Now, in the run-up to the US election, we have been speaking to people from right across the political spectrum from all over the country. As we've been hearing, Ryan Routh, the suspect in an apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, has been charged with 2 federal gun charges. And to discuss that and a couple of other areas, we are joined by Democrat Congressman representing Sacramento County in the US House of Representatives, Ami Bera. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. And this is part of a wider discussion that we're checking in with lots of people from different parts, obviously, of the political spectrum. But can I just start with what's happened over the weekend and this second apparent assassination attempt? Obviously, you're a Democrat, but your reaction to what's happened in the last couple of days?
Absolutely. First off, I'm glad that the former president is safe and in good spirits. This is a symptom of something deeper in American politics, political violence and the like. And there's no place for that. Certainly vibrant debate and so forth, but the vitriol, and you're certainly seeing it at the presidential level. We saw it in the debate. And I think we've got to tone the rhetoric down and try to find some civility in our politics.
And I don't know whether you have seen some of the comments from Donald Trump speaking apparently to Fox News Digital. And he has apparently blamed the rhetoric, as he puts it, of his rivals, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, for the latest attempt on his life, saying the suspected gunman acted on highly inflammatory language of the Democrats. He said he believed the rhetoric is causing me to be shot at when I'm the one who's going to save the country and they're the ones that are destroying the country from both inside and out. Trump said Biden and Harris's past comments cast Trump as a, quote, threat to democracy. Again, your response to that, if I may.
I think the former president, Donald Trump, ought to look in the mirror as well, because we saw the inflammatory rhetoric on January 6th and the attack on the Capitol. So again, I think both sides should find some civility, lower the volume, because as a Democratic congressman, all of us are also getting threats on our lives. And again, we've seen in the last 2 months the assassination attempts. I really do think we all ought to take a look in the mirror as Democrats and Republicans and think about if there is a better way to have civil discourse.
Do you accept at all that the Democrat leadership have gone too far in their language?
I don't think that's what led to these assassination attempts, but I do think there's certainly, I think the former president's rhetoric is a lot tougher, but certainly we shouldn't respond to it, and we should try to find, as Democrats, a better way to respond positively with our ideas and so forth. I do think that's what Vice President Harris is trying to do with her campaign, when she talks about expressing joy, when she talks about looking towards a different future and finding a way to heal the divisions in American politics.
When you say that you were all getting these sort of assassination threats, are you able to give us an idea of what sort of thing you're facing?
I think if you look at the Capitol Police, the Secret Service, the level of threats across lawmakers in both parties, going from death threats, going from threats of violence, and some of the real hard language that our staffs face when they're out in the field or in the office. Again, I think that's a symptom of the political divisions in this country. And again, I would hope on the other side of November, we can start to try to heal things. And it's not unique just to the United States, but you do see it, in the last decade as pretty fatiguing.
In terms of the issues that are most pertinent to your voters, what would you say is animating voters that you are talking to right now the most?
I still think, post the pandemic, people are still trying to recover. For everyday families, inflation still is an issue, gas prices, cost of food, just basic staples. That is slowly recovering, but not fast enough. That's not unique to the United States. You see that around the world. So it still is those bread and butter issues. I think, folks see some of the challenges that the younger generation will face in terms of debt and those burdens. And then there's still, that concern, here in the United States about reproductive rights. That is going to be a major issue in terms of women being able to make their own healthcare decisions. And you see that front and center in the Harris campaign.
And how much enthusiasm is there? I mean, do you think turnout is going to help the Democrats, as many in your party hope?
You know, certainly with Vice President Harris being at the top of the ticket, you have seen the Democratic base enthusiasm go up dramatically. And that's manifest with the ability of the Vice President and Governor Walz to be able to go out and now campaign in areas that President Biden wasn't able to do. So you see her going into more purplish areas, to rural communities, communities where even if we might not win some of those counties, if we can get a few thousand votes here, a few thousand votes there, it will make a difference. And I think you will see a lot more of that, not just her, but all of us going to areas where it's not speaking to Democrats, because we think they've come back home.
Okay.
It's speaking to folks that might still be making up their minds.
Ami Bera, many thanks indeed for joining us. Very grateful to you. Ami Bera there, Democrat congressman representing Sacramento County in the U.S. House of Representatives.